Welcome to History of Businessmen. In today's episode, we'll explore the life of Jakob Fugger, also known as Jakob the Rich. His immense fortune, estimated to be equivalent to $400 billion in today's money, made him one of the wealthiest individuals in history. His influence stretched far beyond wealth, shaping European politics, commerce, and even religious reforms during the Renaissance. Fugger was not just a wealthy businessman. His ventures and alliances played a key role in transforming early modern Europe. Jakob Fugger was born on March 6, 1459, into a family involved in the textile business. He was the one who took the family business to new heights, turning it into a large financial empire across Europe. His early education played a major role in this transformation. At the age of 14, Jakob was sent to Venice, a major center of business at the time, where he learned about trade, banking, and finance. Venice, with its advanced financial systems and global trade connections, gave Fugger valuable education in business, negotiation, and investment strategies. Jakob returned to Augsburg in 1487, where the family business was already strong but still focused mainly on textiles. His older brothers, Ulrich and Georg, had started exploring opportunities in banking and mining, but it was Jakob who saw the true potential in these fields. He quickly took control, shifting the focus from textiles to mining and finance. He recognized that future wealth in Europe would come not from textiles, but from natural resources like silver, copper, and other metals. His first major move was investing in silver mining in the Salzburg Alps. In exchange for loans to mine owners, he received shares in the mines. This strategy of turning loans into ownership became a key part of Fugger's business approach, allowing him to control not just resources, but entire industries. He was a shrewd businessman, and his skills went far beyond mining. He soon entered the world of banking, where he became even more powerful. His rise in banking was closely linked to his relationship with the Habsburg family. At the time, the Habsburgs were struggling financially to support their many political and military ambitions. Emperor Maximilian I, in particular, often needed money to finance wars and secure political marriages. Fugger provided the necessary loans to support the emperor's projects. In return, he gained control over key resources like silver and copper, along with other privileges that gave him dominance in major European industries. Fugger's influence wasn't just limited to loans, he became deeply involved in European politics. In 1519, when Maximilian Thurfern's grandson, Charles V, ran for election as Holy Roman Emperor, Fugger played a crucial role. The election required large sums of money to bribe the 7 prince-electors, which was a common practice at the time. Fugger provided over 500,000 guilders, more than half of the total needed, to help Charles win. This not only strengthened the Habsburgs' power in Europe, but also increased Fugger's own influence. His partnership with the Habsburgs was mutually beneficial. The Habsburgs received the funds they needed, and Fugger gained mining rights, monopolies, and political power that no other banker or merchant could match. Banking and politics made Fugger wealthy, but what truly set him apart was his work in mining. He understood that to maintain wealth and power, he needed to control the resources themselves. Fugger focused on controlling copper production in Europe, as copper was essential for making coins, weapons, and other products. His copper mines in Hungary and Tyrol gave him near monopoly control over the European copper market. Fugger's reach extended beyond Europe. His copper was shipped to Lisbon through Antwerp and then transported to distant markets like India. This made Fugger not only a major player in Europe, but a figure of global significance. By the early 1500s, his control over copper made him one of the most powerful businessmen in the world. Fugger didn't just focus on copper. In 1505, he funded a German-backed trade expedition to India, the first of its kind. Although the expedition was not financially successful, it showed Fugger's willingness to take risks in pursuing global opportunities. He also financed a Spanish trade mission to the Spice Islands in 1525, further demonstrating his interest in expanding his business beyond Europe. While these global ventures were not as successful as his mining operations, they positioned Fugger as a leader in early European efforts to build global trade systems. These efforts later laid the groundwork for European empire building and global commerce. Fugger's influence extended beyond business and politics. He played a key role in supporting the Roman Catholic Church, one of the most powerful institutions in Europe at the time. In 1506, Fugger funded the recruitment of the Swiss Guard for Pope Julius II. This is significant because the Swiss Guard still protects the Pope today. Fugger also financed the construction of St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel through loans. These loans were partly repaid through indulgences, payments made by Catholics to forgive sins. The sale of indulgences became one of the major issues that sparked the Protestant Reformation. Martin Luther, who led the Reformation, was highly critical of the Church's financial practices, and Fugger's role in selling indulgences put him at the center of this religious conflict. Though Fugger was a devout Catholic, his business practices were often criticized. He controlled almost all of the copper trade, dominated European banking, and held significant political power. Many people, including Martin Luther, viewed him as too powerful and accused him of greed for financing wars and political campaigns. Despite the criticism, Fugger's influence continued to grow. By the time of his death in 1525, he had amassed an enormous fortune, and his business empire spanned Europe, influencing politics, religion, and international trade. In addition to his vast business empire, Fugger also left a lasting social legacy. In 1521, he founded the Fuggerei in Augsburg, a housing complex for poor families. It still exists today and is the world's oldest social housing project. Residents paid a small annual rent of just 1 guilder and were required to pray daily for the souls of the Fugger family. Although the Fuggerei didn't generate much profit compared to Fugger's other ventures, it showed that he believed in social responsibility and wanted to leave a legacy beyond just wealth. The Fuggerei still stands as a symbol of his commitment to helping society while maintaining financial stability. Jakob Fugger died on December 30th, 1525, marking the end of an era. When he passed away, his firm's assets had grown to more than 2 million guilders, an enormous sum that highlighted his success in various industries. His nephew, Anton Fugger, inherited the business and expanded the family's fortunes even further. However, it was Jakob's achievements that laid the foundation for the Fugger family's historical legacy. Fugger's impact on finance, politics, and trade helped shape modern capitalism. His business methods, particularly his use of loans and equity to control industries, became a model for future businessmen. Jakob Fugger's influence is still felt today. His role in strengthening the Habsburg dynasty changed European politics for centuries, and his early involvement in global trade paved the way for European empires. His contributions to banking, mining, and trade made him one of the richest people in history and a key figure in the development of modern finance. If you enjoyed learning about Jakob Fugger, then subscribe to History of Businessmen for more episodes about the lives of important business people in history.